All right, how you doing? Mr. DJ getting back in gear again. Took a couple of nights off to recharge my batteries a little bit. Got to take a few nights off every now and then from the top 40 music, the hot 100 hits, some of them that didn't make top 40. Such is the case. Outsourcing Billboard's Hot 100 of October 28, 1972. Want to do that tonight and tomorrow night. There's a horde of Lost 45s I want to cover. And one of them at number 62 jumped from jumped 16 from 78 the previous week on Billboard's Hot 100 for 10 weeks, but didn't make. It was a top 50 hit ultimately. The Babysitter by Betty Wright. Just classic soul, pop, and soul. Probably should have been a slightly bigger hit, maybe a top 40 hit, maybe something that would peak at number 28, 29, or number 30. But as it was, this record peaked out at number 46 on Billboard's Hot 100. Bigger hit on the soul charts. Bessie Regina Norris, one of 7 children from Memphis, Tennessee, was singing in talent shows when she was 11 years old in 1965. She was spotted by a guy from Miami who owned a record label down in South Florida, and he signed her up to his label. She came out with a couple of singles and supposedly was hits in the Miami area, but didn't break into the national scene. But in 1967, this is according to Wikipedia, she was 14 years old, Betty Wright, when she discovered George and Gwen McRae. Gwen McRae had that fantastic R&B, scintillating R&B single, Rockin' Chair, in 1975. Yes, that was a jam right there. And she helped them get signed to the Austin record label. And by the way, about a year or two before that, Betty Wright was signed to a record label when she was 12 years old. First time around when she was 12 years old. First hit single was not very big for for Betty Wright, rather. Girls Can't Do What Guys Do. If it made top 40 on the pop charts, it just nicked it. I'll have to double check on that. Then Clean Up Woman came after that. Clean Up Woman, Betty Wright's signature hit. It was on Billboard's, went to number 6 on pop on Billboard's Hot 100 for 14 weeks. Clean Up Woman. I'll get to this, and I want to get to. I'll go ahead and get to one of the writers of this song, real quick. One of the guys who wrote this song, he was also a producer too. His name was Clarence Reid, R-E-I-D. Maybe it's R-E-E. Well, I'll just pronounce it as Reed. And Clarence Reid, an interesting figure. He came up with an alter ego, a supervillain of sorts, and he started out doing. He would do dirty versions of hit songs. He'd perform them privately at parties and for friends. But in 1971, he released an album of sexually explicit records called the I can't talk tonight. Ooh, boy, the Weird World of Blowfly, or it might have been Word or World. I'm going by my notes I've written a couple of nights ago. Blowfly was his alter ego's name. And he continued to release sexually explicit stuff in the 70s and 80s. Clarence Reid. One of my favorite songs by Betty Wright, 1974. Shura, Shura. It's a fantastic record. Was not played on the pop stations, though. Some critics, some historians consider Shura, Shura a proto-disco record. And I agree with that. And she also, I forgot about this, Betty Wright sang with Peter Brown with Dance With Me, a disco hit back in the summer of 1978. It's probably one of those songs that you're thinking, Peter Brown, what the hell is Dance With Me? I don't know what you're talking about. But if you hear the record, you might recognize it right off the top of your head. You might want to check out the video on YouTube, Dance With Me by Peter Brown back in 1978. But now it's back to The Babysitter, the song that I want to play you that went to number 62 on Billboard's Hot 100. October 28th, 1972. Here it is. Real name Bessie Regina Norris, a.k.a. Betty Wright.